Have you ever wondered why some people seem to think so clearly? They learn faster, stay calmer, and notice patterns others miss. Most people believe high IQ is something you are simply born with. But intelligence is not just a number on a test. Your brain can adapt, improve, and grow stronger over time. Just like your body, your mind gets stronger with the right training. If you only do easy things, your thinking stays the same. But when you challenge your brain, it builds new connections. High IQ people do not just collect more information. They train themselves to process information more deeply. They pause, question, reflect, and connect ideas together. That is how simple information becomes real intelligence. And the good news is, you can train this skill too. You do not need to be a genius to begin. You only need better habits for the way your mind works. The first habit is learning how to protect your attention. Because your attention is one of your most valuable mental resources. Every notification, every scroll, and every quick distraction takes a piece of it. And when your attention is broken, your thinking becomes shallow. You may feel busy, but your mind is not truly focused. High IQ people understand that focus is not automatic. It is something they protect, train, and design for. They do not let their environment control their mind. They create space where deep thinking becomes easier. That may mean turning off notifications for a while. It may mean putting the phone in another room, or choosing one task and staying with it longer, because real intelligence needs uninterrupted time to work. Your brain needs quiet moments to organize thoughts. It needs enough stillness to connect ideas together. If your mind keeps jumping, it cannot go deep. But when you focus, even for 20 minutes, something changes. Your thoughts become clearer, slower, and more useful. So start small, protect one block of focus every day. A sharper mind begins with a protected attention span. The second habit is choosing difficult things on purpose. Because your brain does not grow from comfort alone. It grows when you ask it to stretch. A hard problem is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that your mind is being trained. High IQ people do not avoid mental effort. They understand that effort is part of growth. They read books that make them slow down. They learn skills that feel awkward at first. They stay with problems longer than most people do. Not forever, but just a little longer. That extra minute can build a stronger mind. Easy tasks repeat what you already know. Difficult tasks force your brain to create new paths. This is how learning becomes real mental strength. The key is to choose challenges that are just hard enough. Too easy, and you do not grow. Too hard, and you may give up too soon. But the right challenge keeps your brain awake. So today, pick one hard thing and stay with it. The third habit is learning to ask better questions. Because the quality of your questions shapes the quality of your thinking. Weak questions often keep your mind trapped. They make you repeat the same old thoughts. For example, asking, "Why does this always happen to me?" That question usually creates blame, stress, and frustration. But a better question opens a better direction. Ask, "What information am I missing here?" Ask, "What else could be causing this problem?" Ask, "Is there another way to look at this?" High IQ people do not rush to the first answer. They slow down and examine the problem more clearly. They separate facts from emotions. They ask what they can control right now. This changes the mind from panic to problem solving. A good question does not always give an instant answer, but it points your thinking in a wiser direction. The better the question, the deeper the insight. So before reacting, pause and ask one better question. That small pause can change the way your mind works. The fourth habit is learning to listen to opposite ideas. Most people prefer ideas that already agree with them. It feels safe when everyone confirms what we believe. But comfort is not always the same as truth. A smart mind does not only look for agreement, it looks for better understanding. High IQ people are willing to test their beliefs. They ask, "What if I am missing something?" They ask, what if the other side has a point?" This does not mean they believe everything they hear. It means they are not afraid to examine new evidence. They know being wrong is not the enemy. Staying wrong because of pride is the real problem. Strong thinkers can change their minds when facts change. They care more about truth than protecting their ego. Opposite ideas make your thinking wider. They help you see angles you would normally miss. They turn disagreement into mental training. So, do not only ask, "Who agrees with me?" Ask, "What can this different view teach me?" The fifth habit is reading to reflect, not just to finish. Many people read a lot, but remember very little. They move through pages without stopping to think. But smart readers slow down when an idea matters. They do not treat reading like a race. They treat it like a conversation with another mind. After one strong idea, they pause and ask, "What does this really mean?" They ask how that idea connects to their own life. This turns reading from passive input into active thinking. The goal is not to read more pages. The goal is to understand one idea more deeply. A single paragraph can change the way you make decisions, but only if you give your mind time to absorb it. High IQ people often question what they read. They do not accept every sentence automatically. They compare new ideas with what they already know. They look for patterns, contradictions, and useful lessons. That is why their reading becomes mental training. So the next time you read, slow down. One thoughtful page is better than 10 forgotten pages. The eighth habit is giving your mind quiet space. Most people study by reading the same thing again. It feels familiar, so they think they understand it. But familiarity is not the same as memory. Real learning happens when you pull information out. Close the book and ask, "What do I remember?" Then write the idea in your own words. This makes your brain work harder, but in a useful way. The struggle to remember is part of the training. Each recall makes the memory path stronger. The seventh habit is teaching what you learn. Teaching forces your mind to organize the idea. If you cannot explain it simply, you may not understand it yet. But when you explain it clearly, your understanding becomes deeper. This is why smart people often simplify complex ideas. They are not just repeating words. They are rebuilding the idea inside their own mind. You can practice this after any book, video, or lesson. Pause and explain the main idea like you are teaching a friend. The better you teach it, the better you truly know it. The eighth habit is giving your mind quiet space. Most people fill every quiet moment with more information. They scroll, listen, watch, and rush from one input to another. But your brain also needs time to process what it already knows. Some of your best ideas appear when you are not forcing them. They may come while walking, showering, or sitting in silence. High IQ people are not afraid of mental silence. They use it to connect ideas and see clearly. The ninth habit is staying curious longer than most people. Curious people do not stop at the first answer. They keep asking, "Why?" and "What else is possible?" This keeps the brain awake, flexible, and open. In the end, intelligence is not just what you know. It is how you train your mind to think, focus, and grow. Subscribe for more calm habits and smarter thinking.